What's Left in the Dark by J.P. Spalding. 25th August 1883. Dear Traveller, I've gone hoarse calling for the others, but I must do something to distract from the white-hot pain riding up my imprisoned leg. Its fury has left me hyperventilating against the worst of it. If only I'd been a foot to the right when the roof fall caught us all by surprise, I'd not be caught here. Ah well, ample enough time to dwell on one's many regrets now. I hope only that I'm not alone for long. I've decided to put down an honest telling of my predicament while my memory is fresh so that I might recount it fairly after they've dug me out. I write now by the light of a carbide lamp. It should still have 5 hours gas left and far more if I am sparing with it. I have never kept a daybook before now. I hadn't much planned to, even after young Jessup gifted me this fresh, leather-bound book, which I suspect was a challenge to my claims of literacy. It is my private joke that I should address these entities to some intrepid traveller who has discovered this lost notebook. That is not to say I've given up hope, but the crushing darkness has a way of spurring black thoughts. There is no passage of day or night in the mine, but by my reckoning, it's been 3 work shifts, 36 hours, and makes this the 25th of August. This is not my first roof fall. In my second year, still a greenhorn myself, we lost a stretch of a tunnel. We were too close for dynamite, and they worried it might trigger worse yet. For 4 days we waited in total darkness till they could get a big machine down from Silverton and dig us out. My mind has been greatly distracted, even from sleep, by the infernal settling of loose rock, which sounds like irregular and distant knacking. It'll go on for many minutes before quietening down. Most of my time is spent with the carbide off, and every so often I see movement. Darting shapes. I'm left chilled. Jack used to tell me in his letters, all shift you hear the rapping of the knackers, leading us to rich veins or to folly, though you never know which. I always thought him a ninny for believing such things. For my part, I have settled in for as long as it should take. I shall put down my journal for now. My back aches, and I must adjust my seat. 26th August 1883. Dear Traveller, what on earth has delayed those buffoons so long? They're taking their sweet time while I rot down here, bored to tears with amply nothing to bide my time. I should have wrung the neck of that prick of a deputy for his shoddy bracing, and curse the rest of the worthless Empire Chief, for that matter. The infernal pain in my trapped ankle is twice as bad as the day before, and it took hours before it calmed down enough to write. And the knacking is everywhere now. But that is not what I've opened the journal to write about. I wish to say how I ended up here. Know only that there were few job prospects in Dartmoor. After the tin mine dried up, my cousin Jack got the company to cover passage to the New World. Moving from extracting tin to silver was, in my mind, an upgrade somehow. This country was drier than I expected, and everything clings to life by its fingertips. When I arrived, Jack, who had been but a rosy-cheeked youngster when I last laid eyes upon the lad, was dead. He'd arrived in these hills a greenhorn, full of spit and vinegar, and his recklessness had cost him, according to his fellow muckers. Secondly, the company, which was once Lebanon Mining Company and who had paid for my passage, was bought out and now a part of Empire Chief Mine and Mill. Upon hearing the news of his death and the change in ownership, I felt cheated somehow and very nearly turned tail and reboarded the rail back to Philadelphia and the Clipper. But the boss, Mr. Tabor, told me in no uncertain terms I had a great debt to the company and I owed at least 3 years to pay it off. So I settled in and began mining silver. I became a mucker like Jack before me, wielding the sledge and planting the dynamite. Long, dull work which leaves a crook in your neck. I was determined to leave the moment I was square. You knew you were reading the words of a fool, but you did not know what depth of a fool. I was a mucker for 20 years, and would have been for 10 more, I reckon, if not for my present condition. The roof fall took place sometime shortly after our noon break, while all of us, that is, Marcus Brighton the old man, Curly Jessup the greenhorn, Wade the Chinaman, and Lorenzo the Mexican, were all seated for our lunch. The event was preceded by much knacking. I was hardly off my behind when a great gust knocked out our lamps and the rock rushed in after us. After everything settled, the flint and steel sparked my carbide back to life, thank goodness. That brings us to today. I am propped against the slope of scree in a room perhaps 12 feet across and not quite tall enough to stand in. Several great blocks have wedged my left leg, and it screams out for reprieve. The mine water has been enough to stave off thirst, though it is salty and unpleasant. My beard has flecks of green in it, and I worry it might be infested. A shame. I am proud of it. 2.5 days have passed since the meat pasties ran out, and hunger's keening pang has joined my unwelcome companions. Only the infernal knacking drowns them all. Pebbles fall like rain, and there is drumming like someone pounding to get inside. It makes my head rattle. Whoever you are, I solemnly pray you are reading this atop some bright sunny hill with the warm breeze on your face. Take a moment to bask in that sunlight for me. I fear I may never see it again. If you too are alone in these depths with my words, then abandon hope. These depths are endless and unforgiving. I have known them for the better part of my life, and they do not release us muckers willingly. She is a jealous mine, just as this part of the Colorado Territory is jealous country. Late at night, 26th August 1883. I saw it, a swiftly moving shade. I'm sure of it. The carbide was turned down as low as could maintain the flame, and its light cast a sudden shadow beyond my tomb of rock. The shape was too stout to be that of a man, but might have been a curious marmot or some such. Who can say? Shadows play tricks with the mind, especially in my groggy state. I'm staring at the spot now, turning away only to write what you are reading. I should have called out, but something stayed my tongue. This creature was agile and deathly quiet. Even now, I do not dare to breathe. I don't know how I'll fall asleep, but I must. I am so weary. 27th August 1883. Dear traveller, I awoke at what I shall take the liberty of calling morning, a new man entirely. All fears have vanished, for my luck turned in the most unexpected way, and I must tell you all about it. Half a loaf of bread was set against my good ankle, unspoiled and hot as one fresh from the ovens. I dove into it and devoured it immediately. How can I describe the offering? A crispy, flaky crust with a hint of sweet maple Its insides were buttery and puffy, filling the heart with a savoury satisfaction. I have never in my life eaten better, swear on my mother's grave. Funny enough, I gave no thought to its origins or content until now. Even the cave water tastes sweeter, as if molasses is drizzled into it. I am drinking from a diluted soda fountain, the likes of which I have not seen since Philadelphia. You no doubt think me wholly mad, but I have seen madness in the occasional greenhorn at the bottom of a bottle. They whimper for home and the comforts of childhood. They imagine themselves powerful kings granting favours left and right, or the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. This is not madness. On a more sober note, my leg no longer hurts, which disturbs me worse than the pain did, and my beard has progressed. It is fully green now and itches madly. I fear the worst. Also, the carbide atop my helmet is a trifle, even when I turn up the drip, and is dimming noticeably by the hour. My handwriting will no doubt suffer. 30th, or possibly 31st August 1883. Dear Traveller, the light did go out the moment I shut my journal on the last entry. I hadn't the heart to attempt another page, and for that I apologise. At first, I thought I would be incurably bored, but that was hardly the case. My hearing became acute, and the mind came alive. The distant scurrying of rats multiplied beyond reason. I had spent too much time staring at the fallen rubble which surrounds me, and, despite the dark, the murky shapes persist now, whether my eyes are open or closed. Do you dare me to recite every granite band of the nice rock by heart? But the dark does leave me drowsy, and I flee into that refuge of sleep often. I've lost all track of time, but my best estimate, it is late on the 30th or early on the 31st. Curiously, the knacking is greatly reduced, down to an occasional tapping. Perhaps the rock has finally settled after all these days. And when I awoke just now, I could see, not by the carbide which will not relight no matter the coaxing, but by some ghostly refracted moonlight. Something must have shifted while I slept, and my eyes have gradually adapted. This meagre ambience fills my heart with renewed hope. A man doesn't know what he has until it's taken from him. But oh, that's the least interesting news I must share with you. In these last days, I have received a king's bounty of gifts. I only wish I might catch who was leaving them. I will list for you what has been given to me. 1. A single meat pie. 2. The buster of bread, which I recounted earlier. 3. A tattered quilt which I have draped over my person. 4. A hand shovel with a broken handle. 5. The panel of an Empire Chief rocker box. 6. 2 pork pie inkwells which will last till Judgment Day. 7. A broken draw knife. 8. A bent starter drill steel. 9. A Mr. Nordstrom's brass medallion. 10. No less than 9 sledgehammers, all busted. 11. A silver pocket watch. I believe that's everything. As I have said before, you may doubt my sanity, and I would not fault you. I can say only that each object is real to the touch and persists, not like any apparition brought on by the dark. The pocket watch is especially precious to me. Once I took a nap, I thought no more than 5 minutes, but the watch said 5 hours. If old Brighton were here, he'd say it was the knackers bestowing these gifts. Well, this defies all other explanation. I should only hope they would prioritise more food and fewer sledges, but one does not look a gift horse in the mouth. I will endeavour to stay awake and spot one of these tributers in the act. I should like to shake his hand in thanks and not let go till they lead me out of this blasted tomb. Is it you, dear traveller? Are you leaving me these gifts and reading my journal in turn while I rest? Are you the one knocking in the dark, sending me secret codes in Morse? Well, you've had your fun. Please take these words as my formal request that you kindly take me home so I might mend my leg and see my fellow muckers in Sweet Daisy once more. I would be forever in your debt, were I not already. Ah, how my heart aches for my simple life before. I thought myself burdened to be a mucker, trapped in my routines and busy work, oppressed by Mr. Tabor and his surly men. What I wouldn't give to live that life again. I have not been to the brothel in a long while, and I will spare you details, but a man is left needing. I have missed both payday and my latest appointment. Sweet Daisy Swift must be sick with worry. I hope the others are waiting for me on the surface. I hope they made it out. I hope we will all have a laugh over drinks soon. I hope. Early September 1883. Dear traveller, I hear whistling. The whistling is as ceaseless as it is directionless. It echoes off the walls, and I cannot say if there is one whistler or 10. Never once have I caught the one who comes here to deliver sledges and meat pies. I fear now he is taunting me, content to torture me from afar, to laugh at my desperate state. Worse still are the damnable whispers, which are on occasion close enough you can feel the breath of them on your nape. I don't understand them, but their terror is palpable. I spent nearly 2 work shifts' time trying to wield these tools to free my leg or break through the rock which entombs me. Nothing works, everything is broken. Even the sledges taunt me. Why bestow me these broken hopes? These are not gifts. They are a curse. I have taken each sledge and thrown it as far as I can. Surely their peculiar number is at the heart of my curse. 23 had piled up in 4 mounds before I thought to free myself of them. If one should shake loose the stability of my chamber and crush me, so be it. I tossed both the tattered quilt and my silver pocket watch, then immediately regretted it. Both are out of reach. Cursed or not, I wept for I know not how long. No doubt the terrible gifters heard me begging for them back. I cannot shake this growing madness, nor the spirits who bestow it. Worse yet, I am changing. My legs and torso have shrunk, but not in the way you see in boys on the edge of town. My garments have gone all bunched up in the sleeves and legs. To my lying eyes, I am physically smaller, disfigured. Before I cast it away, the pocket watch told me I'd been awake for 48 straight hours. I'm scared of sleeping. I catch my head lolling, snapping up when my chin finds my chest. My eyelids are so heavy, I've resorted to slapping myself as hard as I can manage, like some hungover greenhorn. I cannot last. What have I done to deserve this torture? I am a God-fearing man. I have taken communion more times than I can count and observed most Sundays here in the camp at the Leavenworth Gulch Church under Pastor Moore's Protestant congregation. I do not cuss or spit, and I take my hat off in church or for a lady, even if she be a whore. I have never coveted, nor murdered, nor anything disallowed in the good book. Yet the Lord lets Satan himself test me now under the mountain. If this be the madness which precedes death, let it be over quick. I am left a blubbering baby calling for my mother. Early September 1883. Dearest traveller, tell me the truth. Am I some jumble of old bones huddled in a corner? Did you pull this journal from my dusty ribcage? Well, you may have my 2 gold teeth if you wish, though I must warn you the upper molar is a core of brass and not worth much. I paid £5.20 for it, and you might haggle $3 American from a fair trader. The lower tooth in the back is worth twice that at least. I got it in Philadelphia on credit. That will be your payment for bearing witness to the trials of my last days. At least someone will know that there has never been a man who has suffered more than I. Who am I kidding? It's true. I take to the bottle more than I should. I have not tempered my visits to the brothel with moderation, as Pastor Moore has cautioned. Me and Lorenzo went to fists last month, and I know there was no good reason for it. Even now I thirst for the bottle, despite everything. I am a fallen man. I have only the beauty of the mind to satiate me. The roof sparkles in pale mockery of the firmament with its countless flecked quartzes shining down. Deliver me. Spare me, O Lord. I am sorry for what I have done. I have never been sorrier. I am going to die down here. Unknown, September 1883. Dearest traveller, it has happened. I am forgetting, which means I am quite certain now. I have gone mad. Whispers come with promises of freedom. Delicate voices in my ear implore me to join them as I have joined the mine. I do not listen. I do not trust them. The voices are lies. Sweetened liqueurs tinged with poison. I struggle to write. I question my spelling, and it takes such concentration to form sentences. But I am committed to finishing this journal as long as I may breathe. They are here. Every few hours they come close, moving like a pack of careful hunters. I spy their glowing eyes between the breaks in fallen stone. When I cry out at them, they scatter like rats, but each time not as far as before. None of them speak. Everything is deathly quiet, even the knacking is gone. Yesterday, I did as the old man once instructed. What was his name? I left a scrap of meat pie as an offering. I even arranged the many broken tools in something of a salt circle, though I doubt it will help. They are the devil magics which took Jack from me, the monsters which haunt all minds I've always known, even when I told myself I did not. I feared to admit it would make it true. That's why I jeered at the others. There is terrible power in truth. I cannot even say what they look like, these hunters. If I let one get close enough to make it out, a great black stain of forgetfulness floods my brain. I wake up some time later and cannot remember what happened, like a bad dream over and over again. I am forgetting other things too. My name. What's my name? I look back through this journal, but I never wrote it, not even on the inside cover. How did I get here? Why must I stay in this dismal dark? What holds fast my sorry leg? The journal says a roof fall happened, but I must concentrate to know what the words even mean. The moment I pause to rest, it flees. What is happening to me? Unknown, September. To my only friend, the traveller. I can see easily, though there is no light to speak of. I wait and I live in constant fear. The knacking which once comforted is gone. In its stead, there is laughter echoing all about. The voices speak to me, more insistent than before, of their freedom and adventure. I have been shown things behind my eyes, frightful images I do not understand and cannot banish. I fear I am coming to an awful confrontation. I may need to defend myself with sledge and fist. I marvel at the beauty of my form, what fortune I should have. I am green all over, and my stout body is strange to me, but it is strong and solid and ready, whatever should happen. I wish one of the others might have been trapped here with me. I know it is a terrible thing to desire, but I am so alone and fearful. If someone were here with me, we might watch each other's back and fight off these creatures together. More than that, I wish for that sunny hill which the journal speaks of, and even sorrier Dartmoor, where life was full of only little problems and simple pleasures. The street boys I ran with, we would pluck turnips and snap peas from the Devon farmers and steal away to my mother, who would bake them into her hearty pilchard pie, which warmed your haunches from the autumn cold. Yes, I miss everything that was. There is more I want to say, but I exhaust myself even writing this short entry. I am losing myself, and I must rest. A new day, to whom it may concern. Though we must be a-going now, I have delayed that I might complete this task which was set long ago. Something of this writing is familiar to me, and I hope only to be understood, though it does not come easily. Know that I am well, my leg is much better, and I have made my way from under the rocks which once held me fast. You will find no skeleton. There is none. It goes with me now in my stout self. I cannot recall my life of before, though I sense it were a meagre existence, and not one I would mind to leave. I go to join these jolly fellows who saved me and accepted me as one of their own. There is so much to see of these beautiful caverns that they roam. I have seen some muckers in their tedious work, though they did not see me, for I am a crafty one these days. Now I am free to cause mischief and to help the muckers who get lost in our marvellous depths. This is my purpose, as I have always known it to be. We are off now, but know that if you should find yourself lost, listen for my knocking, and I shall lead thee to salvation.